RTO manager, your role is paramount in leading the compliance culture of your organisation. In this lesson, you'll understand the full scope of the 2025 Outcome and Compliance Standards, the revisions to those standards of 2015. You'll identify systems, ways to maintain compliance, like compliance calendars, compliance tracking systems, automated systems, and governance reviews. You'll recognise key requirements around things like audit, around governance, risk and reporting, and implement some effective continuous improvement strategies that really do support sustained success. You are the strategic operator. You're responsible for ensuring that your RTO runs smoothly, that the practices being used in your RTO, from sales and marketing to enrolment to training to assessment and to graduation, are all fit for purpose, and that they're aligned to the best practice outcome standards and also meet the compliance requirements, the new compliance requirements. This includes the ability to implement and understand the credential policy as part of those outcome standards. As the RTO manager, you'll need to manage your RTO's registration, scope and performance, oversee internal and external audits, ensuring things like the annual declaration of compliance is submitted on time, that the fit and proper person declaration is completed, lead strategic planning and organisational governance. You'll act as the key contact for all regulatory activity and inquiries. You also need to ensure that your trainers and assessors are properly credentialed and supported, and generally really just keep an eye on your organisation, on your whole organisation, making sure each department, each person is able to do their own jobs effectively. Your duties as an RTO manager do align with all the outcome standards 1.1 to 4.4. They cover everything from quality training to learner engagement and support and well-being to continuous improvement, leadership, governance and vet workforce capability. Also compliance clauses, mainly 15 to 20, but really it's every clause of the compliance, as you really are the final authority of the compliance clauses 1 to 20. Now let's talk strategy. To be able to meet the compliance requirements and demonstrate that your practices align with the essential outcome standards, you can use these 4 key systems. We've got a compliance tracking system, quarterly governance reviews, compliance training, and a delegation of authority. Compliance tracking systems are like a centralised compliance register and kind of a live calendar. You can track deadlines, trainer currency, validation cycles, insurance reviews, and you can link this to related policies and evidence. We use a system called Octosure. There are many out there, VetTrack, even Google Drive can be used in this way. Quarterly governance reviews. Create a governance review template that really captures learner feedback, risks, quality issues, and involves leaders across departments. Log improvements from your meetings in your continuous improvement register. Also engage in compliance training for senior staff and for the whole organisation in relation to their role. Run workshops during induction and annually. If you are a large RTO, maybe run that training for your senior staff so that it then filters down, waterfalls down, and they can train their staff. Use real scenarios, like use story shares from past audit experiences, etc. during that training. It's much more relevant for them to understand and learn. Another thing that you can do is document what we call a delegation of authority matrix. This outlines exactly who is responsible for monitoring and recording compliance against each outcome standard. It should list the role titles, not the individual's name, the clauses that they're responsible for, and monitoring and review mechanisms that they're accountable for. For example, if an RTO manager is responsible for monitoring all staff against all clauses, the training manager might be responsible for monitoring compliance against clauses 1.1 to 1.8, for example, that relate to training and assessment. These systems help you move from reactive compliance to strategic assurance. Here's a final tip. Something really that everybody should really take on board. Compliance isn't just a one-person job. Use the leadership team, use the people to embed compliance into daily practice. If everyone's doing the right thing anyway, then you are being compliant. It's really important that your teams understand the importance. Build clarity with calendars, checklists, and shared reviews, and empower others to act with confidence, not confusion. Don't keep things from them. Don't use one compliance manager to do all. Rather, get the whole of your organisation involved. When everyone understands their role, your RTO is stronger, safer, and more successful. Thanks for watching. You're building these leadership skills that are going to set the tone for a compliant, quality-focused RTO. Let's keep going with the learning.